Hi everybody, and welcome to my first video, Home Cooking for Your Dog, Cut the Kibble. Now, before we do a real recipe, I'm going to get you prepared because every recipe should have 5% liver in the recipe because dogs need liver. So we're going to get that done first, and you could put it in your freezer and pull it out when you need it. I'm trying to be organized in teaching you how to cook. So first thing I do is I always wear food grade gloves when I handle raw meat. I do that when I cook for my family too. It's just something that I do. And I bought this beef liver at the store. You find it in your frozen food section. You could also go to some ethnic grocery stores and get fresh liver. But this is 1 pound, and it comes in 4 individually wrapped packages. So I put 3 in here already, and now I'm going to put the 4th one in my food processor so you see how I do it. I get a scissor that it's only used for food, and I always wash it in the dishwasher, and I'm going to cut off the plastic. It does get a little messy. And you take it out. And I don't want to put this whole thing in the food processor because I want to make sure that it all gets mixed. So I cut it in pieces. They don't need to be small, but you just don't want to put the whole thing in. Okay, so that's in there now. Now I'm going to take off my gloves and we're going to get cooking here. Okie dokie. So, in with this liver in the food processor, I am going to add 1 clove of garlic that I have somewhere here. Now, look, don't stop your video. Garlic is good. Garlic is not bad for dogs, but you need to use it in small amounts. I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic for a whole pound of liver, okay? And garlic is a natural antibiotic. It has anicillin in it, which is a natural antibiotic to help the dogs. It can also ward off fleas for your dogs, and it's good for your dog. So please don't believe what you read on Google. Garlic in small doses is actually good for your dogs. So I'm going to get 1 clove of garlic, and I'm not going to put the whole garlic clove in here because I want to make sure that that's really going to get distributed. You know, if you put it in a food processor, it could still be in chunks. So I have a garlic press, and I'm putting it in. Okay, and I should wipe off the rest. All right, that's 1 clove of garlic. To that, I'm going to add a little ginger, fresh ginger. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory. It's very good if you have a senior dog. My dog is 10 years old, but I'm also doing it for making the house smell good. Fresh is always best. Remember that fresh of anything is best. And this is for cooking for humans or cooking for your pet. But if you don't have fresh, go ahead and use the powder. Okay. I need to get a new zester. I am really annoyed at the zester. I see people all the time on TV zesting stuff and it falls off. Mine doesn't do that. Mine gets stuck here. But I am getting some. Oh, I just preheated my oven. It's ready to go. But we're not ready yet. So, okay, we got some ginger in there. And then to that, I'm going to add some fresh parsley. And a little tip for you is when I buy the parsley, I thought I had a bag here to show you, but I put it in a jar with water and put the plastic bag that I bought it in and put it in the refrigerator. And it keeps much fresher than just throwing it in your crisper. So I'm just going to grab a little bunch. I think this is okay. Alrighty, and I'm going to wash it. You always have to wash your produce, especially cilantro, which I do not give my dogs. It has so much sand in it. And I'm going to throw that in. And I just forgot I didn't put my apron on. I always cook with my apron, but I'll do that next time. This is my first video. So I'm a little excited to share it with you. 1 egg, crack it. Always crack it in a dish in case you get shells. No shells, I'm going to add that in. I'm going to wash my hands because the eggs touched my hands. And now we have everything in there. That's all we need. I'm going to put the food processor on. This is, I believe, a 14-cup capacity food processor. I find that this capacity food processor does well for cooking 2 weeks worth of food. I can put it all in here. I've tried the smaller ones, but I'm into cooking quickly. I can go from start to finish, and by finish I mean cleaning up and measuring out all my meals and put them in the freezer in 50 minutes. But it took me a good amount of years to figure all that out. So anyway, I'm going to turn this on. It's going to be a little loud. Let's see, are we going to go on here? Okay. I'm going to let it go. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll say it again. Meanwhile, I have my baking sheet with parchment paper. I have my oven already ready to go. I can remove it. Okay, that kind of is good. Okie dokie, let's check this out. You want to make sure that, you know, there's no globs of liver in there. So I'm going to open it up. And it looks gorgeous. So let me move this all away so I can show you. Okay, again, I don't know if you heard me, this is my first time doing a video, but I have a small baking sheet here, and I'm all into making my cleanup easier. So I have parchment paper. Parchment paper can be expensive in the grocery store, but if you have a warehouse store, again, I'm seeing people listening to me from all over the world, but I have Costco. Costco's now in Japan, I heard. Kirkland brand parchment paper is so cheap, inexpensive at Costco, and it comes 2 to a pack. I use it for baking cookies, the liver cakes. I use it for everything. Baking fish, easy peasy cleanup. So I pre-measured it, and I put that right in my little cookie sheet, and I'm going to take this off. It is a little messy. And try and get as much as this from the blade so we're not wasting any. And I'm going to pour it now. Where are you? You can see me. Okay, I'm going to pour it all on my baking sheet that has parchment paper. Unlike Food Network, that they don't scrape the whole bowl, it always irritates me. I am scraping the whole bowl because I don't want to waste any. And unlike Food Network, they never wear aprons, and I'm disappointed that I didn't put my apron on today. But like I said, I was so excited that I got my tripod, and I wanted to share some recipes with you right away. Okay, so everybody see this? It doesn't have to go all the way out to the edges. See, this is the edge, but you can spread it out some more. It's beautiful. Now look, I am not a math person. I'm not going to tell you how many cups to do this and that and how long to cook something. It's just not me. I cook out of love, okay? because I want my family to be healthy and I want my dog to be healthy. So what I'm going to tell you is to put this into a preheated oven, 350, around 15 minutes, and then check it, okay? You could put a little toothpick in it and make sure that it's all cooked, okay? So I'm going to put this in the oven now. I love this little oven. I have a real oven, but I use this KitchenAid oven so much more. Can you see me over here? I don't know if you can see my oven. I just put it in there. Okay. All right, and I have it set for 17 minutes, and I'll check back with that. Now, after it comes out of the oven, what I do is I get a baking cooling rack, and I lift the parchment paper up and put that on the cooling rack. Let it cool for a little bit, and then I get a pizza cutter. I don't know where my pizza cutter is right now. Oh, here it is. I had pizza last night. And I cut it into squares, and I'll show you the size, like a Triscuit size. And then I put all those squares back on the cookie sheet, and I flash freeze it in my freezer. I can do that. I have a down freezer. If your freezer is a side-by-side, you may have to use a smaller 2 trays or something. I love a down freezer. Once they're flash frozen, then I can put them in a container and stick them all in the freezer. The reason I flash freeze them is so they don't stick together. Because if you dump them all into a container, they're all going to stick together. But by flash freezing it, they don't. So I'll show you the end product in my Instagram post so you can see the size of it. So I'm telling you, some people say, ugh, cooking liver, it makes my house stink. By putting that 1 clove of garlic and ginger, you don't have to use the ginger, but I had some, your house is going to smell amazing. And your dogs are going to be like, what's going on here? Are we having a party? So I hope you enjoyed my first video of Cut the Kibble, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments, please. Okay, thank you so much.